It's pretty rare to meet someone who's been a childhood idol. It's even more rare for that idol to turn out to be a really good friend. So it's nice to introduce you to Jennifer McGill.
Hello.
Most of you who are around our age are going to recognize her from the Mickey Mouse Club, which I will admit I watched every day and taped on Fridays because I couldn't get home. I had theater rehearsals, and so I made sure my mother taped it.
Hall of Fame Day, very important.
Exactly. Hi, Jen.
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you. Now, we've got the Mickey Mouse Club thing out of the way.
Sure, done.
Let's talk about the future. What are you doing now? Where are you heading towards?
I would say I just moved back to New York City after being away pretty much since college. And I've been doing a lot of family stuff, a lot of traveling. I've sung a lot of different styles of music, and I think I'm finally ready to specify what kind of music I would like to sing from now on.
Which is?
It is rock soul, not only in a mainstream way, but hopefully in the future in a gospel way, to start bringing the glory of God to rock and soul music in the way that God made me to do that. So on that path, I'm in a mainstream band right now. We haven't named ourselves yet, but we're brand new in New York City, and we're in the middle of writing our first album and recording it. I would love to do Broadway.
You've mentioned your faith in God, and it's obviously deep. You want to put your talent towards praising Him. Is that what kept you from following the path of a lot of other people who were in the limelight as a young child, as a teenager, to where you are today?
Well, I will definitely say that it wasn't my choice not to, I guess, become a pop music celebrity. I really wanted it when I was younger, but I chose to go to college, and I believe that during my college years was when some of the younger Mouseketeers really did dig in and almost create, if not jump right in after it began, the bubblegum pop era. I believe that God had a different plan for me. I probably would not have done very well personally being in my 20s and being subjected to the whole world in a pop culture type of way. I did not know myself very well personally. I knew myself professionally. I would have worked just as hard, of course, as any Mouseketeer can after being through all those years of the Mickey Mouse Club, but I didn't really know who I was.
That's amazing, because most people would not see it like that.
Well, it took a while. I was really uncomfortable with not being able to do what my coworkers were doing. It's all I ever knew. You know, I grew up a little bit on Broadway, but I was mostly an R&B pop lover at that time, and to not be able to do that on a worldwide scale, because I knew I had just as much to give as the others. So I'm very grateful that I just became who I am, and in my 30s, if I have something to offer on a worldwide scale, I really feel that I'll keep God in the middle of it, which I believe is what He wants all of us to do.
What are your musical inspirations?
Well, I'm so eclectic in what I listen to.
Give it to us. Give us the list.
I'll say, you know, I'll love the Cranberries and Enya, and then I'll go over to Brian McKnight and Boyz II Men. And
breaking it down a little.
Yeah. A little Ann Wilson, a little Heart, you know. Maybe one song from Nirvana. But I really think that when I smush it all together, I think that rock soul idea, people like Nick Acosta, even Lenny Kravitz, who I've never sung one of his songs, but I remember telling one of the A&R representatives back in the day when I was working with some record deals, I would love to do an album like Lenny Kravitz. They looked at me like I was crazy. But what happened, what happened a decade later? That's exactly what it was. I was just ahead of my time. You know, I wasn't bubblegum pop. I was Lenny Kravitz, but in this.
Like this.
Who knew?
No dread.
Yeah. No.
And what about your personal inspirations?
Well, my personal inspiration, first and foremost, besides the Lord, is my mother. And she and I were by ourselves in the beginning. My adopted dad came along when I was 3. So before him and that amazing family that happened after my dad came into my life, it was just me and my mom. And she was into music. She had studied music in college. She was my first voice teacher. And I always heard music in the house. And then when I got the Mickey Mouse Club when I was 10, she was my guardian whenever we would travel. She'd hold my hand on the plane. Aww. You know, just her whole idea of you know, it has to be your decision, but if it's your decision, let's work. She passed away when I was 24, so I miss her terribly, but I really believe I am my mother's daughter, and I hope that I carry the best of her with me.
With that influence from your mom, what is your passion?
Oh gosh, well, my passion, if I could just say, hold everything, you know, the one job I'd like to do for the rest of my life, I would love to songwrite a rock gospel album or more and just tour the world with that. As far as if you take one side of it, musical theater, I would love to do Wicked. I just love Elphaba, but I'm not alone. So, you know, there's a million people who would love to sing Elphaba. So that may never happen, but if I had to pick one role, it would be she. And yeah, like on the pop side.
Do we hear that, Wicked?
Hey, Wicked!
Hello.
Hey, Craig! But I would say that in the pop world, I would be much more comfortable in that rock soul, which is what my band is doing right now.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to talk to me and talk to everyone.
Yeah, hello. Thanks for listening.
Best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
And whatever is coming is going to be meant specifically for you.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you.
Bye.